Hey guys, welcome back to Fish and Frank. It's Frank Conversation. Tonight's conversation is with a guy called Pedro from another world, another country, somewhere of sunshine, near the beach. I don't really want to talk to him because he's near a beach and he's got sunshine. However, I will be introducing you to him in literally 1 second. But today's edition is called No More Tears Overseas. Why? Because number one, we are over COVID, and number two, we've got to look at all the positives that we're learning and taking from this, not only as a country but as a world. And number three, overseas speaks for itself. Pedro, introduce yourself to the Fish and Frank's audience and tell us all about yourself.
Hi Heather, hi guys. So my name is Pedro. The secret that Heather was keeping. I'm based in Portugal, basically. I live by the beach. Yes, that's right. And the sun is shining. I'm a head chef for Thomas Franks at TASIS, the American school. And yeah, that's me for now.
The reason we've obviously chosen yourself to speak to is because you are from Portugal. And what we would like to know, and I'm sure what everyone would like to know, is when we turn our TVs on at night, it's all about the UK, it's all about what we're going through. But actually, what you go through, because the first thing we all say to each other at the moment, and you just say it to me, is, how are you? And how are you, Pedro? How are you, Fish? And we all go, yeah, I'm fine, thanks. But actually, you are actually okay. You said like you're okay in this pandemic. Some people aren't, and some people are really far from being okay. But where are you at? Where's Portugal at? Just talk to us.
So from my experience, since I arrived in Portugal, I arrived at the very beginning to start with. When I moved back to Portugal, I actually moved back from London. So I came from London back in March 2019. And that was the exact day when the Portuguese government shut down everything. So everyone went on lockdown on the day that I arrived. It was a bit of a shock at first because I never had the experience of getting locked down. Like, okay, you're gonna have to stay at home, and that's all you're gonna do, stay at home. But the whole experience for me has been quite positive, and although the news are exactly the same as in UK, like you switch on the TV and basically all you hear is COVID here, COVID there, COVID here, COVID there. It's UK this, France there, Germany there, and it's like the news are pretty sad. Like there's a lot of people dying. It's sad. It's just a sad situation. But I think that it has the whole situation as a good side as well. I think you can learn a lot from it. Personally, I learned a lot from it.
But what have you learned from this COVID situation, lockdown happening?
I've learned that there are smaller things that are way more important than some others. To be honest, family close is one of them. I would easily go away from my family and just stay away from my family with no problems. But the whole situation of coming together and staying with my family, because throughout the whole period of getting home and staying at home, I was just with my family, and it was great fun, to be honest. We would spend the whole day playing games, just spending quality time. Like I call it quality time because you don't have this much of experiences like throughout your life. You're not gonna have it again, most probably. You're not gonna have a whole period of like 3 months where you are just at home with just your family, with no friends. All you're gonna see is your family since you wake up till you go to sleep, and that makes you think a lot. For me, it made me think a lot. In terms of job, to be honest, in terms of my job, I learned that I should relax, because I was always the guy that was like, job focused, and I was just like a workaholic person. And when I was forced to stay at home and forget about everything else, I was like, well, yeah, it is important because I need to pay my bills, but again, my family is first, and I think that a lot of people did realize that throughout this period.
Yeah, I think that's probably one of the most common conversations I've heard, is just about that importance of family time. I think we are people who are always on the go. It's like a rat race, isn't it? We go, and it's actually very hard to stop, and I find it very hard to rest. It's one of the hardest things I find. So having that forced time at home, I suppose, is ideal. I suppose my experience will be very different to yours.
Yeah, I'd say so. Every time I think of the whole situation, and obviously I think I feel privileged. I'm not gonna lie. So that's why I say, okay, for me, 2020 was amazing, but I do understand that there's a ton of people, there's a bunch of people that are gonna tell me, no, it's not. It was not. I do understand that. Um, but yeah, like I said, I think that out of all the whole situation, there's always something good to take, at the end. Um,
Did you have to, Pedro, did you have to switch your mindset? So when you talk to anyone, you go, well, how did you do it? How did you go from being on the go all the time to switching off? Did you have to switch your mindset? Did it take you time to come around? What did you do? What did you have a strategy that helped you? What did you do?
To be honest, it was quite easy. I'm not gonna lie. Like I was locked in a building. Like if I'm gonna explain it, maybe you're gonna understand why it was so easy. The whole building is part of someone. It belongs to a person in my family. So there are 6 apartments, and they're all for us. So and that helped a lot because there is basically 6 apartments just for us. There's just family in there. There's nobody else. So you move apartments every single day. Like you have lunch in one place, then you have dinner at somebody else's. Then you in the middle of the afternoon you're playing cards at somebody
Hold on.
else's.
So what you're saying to us is that we just need to buy a row of houses
No, no,
and
no.
go between, have a secret door and go between the
No,
houses.
no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that that's one of the reasons why I believe it was so easy for me, like to come around the whole situation because it was literally fun. Like I would wake up. I have a 4 years old sister, and this was like the fun part of the day. Always, she would wake up at 7:30 in the morning, and she wanted to play the whole day. So she wouldn't let you rest. And obviously, you get distracted. You don't think that there is coronavirus or there is that everyone is locked up. No, you don't think about it because there is someone who's distracting you constantly.
Okay, that's
That
good.
helped a lot.
That's good. I like that. I like that. Now I'm just picturing this massive like block building with different apartments in it, but you're all just interconnected. That's really
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, it
That's
was
really
very
cool.
cool.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because like I still feel like we're in a bit of a not a movie, but I feel like we're just gonna wake up and it's all gonna be over and we'll be able to travel again and go on holidays and
And you still don't know when it's going to be over.
you haven't got a clue. But actually, we're at the stage where I'm just like, you've got to enjoy what's
Yeah,
around you. You have to be able to stay in the present moment. You have to be okay with who you are, and it's almost a realization. Who are you? You've got time to understand who you are. You've got
definitely.
time to fix things around you. Like you said, Pedro, have family time and actually be at one with people in the present moment. And that could never happen again in a lifetime.
Yeah, that's exactly what I think. To be honest, by the end of the first lockdown, like we only had one in Portugal, so far. We only had one lockdown, and by the end of it, there was this day when I first came out, and I felt so weird. It was like I came out of the house. I went for a ride with 2 people of my family. We went for a ride. We went around town, and at some point, I just felt like I was going crazy. To be honest, I'm telling you, I was like, okay, I'm doing something wrong, and I was about to panic, you know, because I started looking around and I saw shops closed, like literally barely any people in the streets. And I was feeling like, okay, I'm doing something wrong. And that's when something switched in my brain, and I was like, okay, I really need to get out of my place, like real quick, because otherwise I'll go crazy.
Question for you: when you wake up and you feel a little bit flat in yourself, what's your motto? What do you live by? What do you think about?
I'm not gonna lie to you, it's like it's I barely have these days, and nowadays,
Really? I
yeah,
love
and particularly since I started working for Thomas Franks, even less. Like I love what I do. I'm a head chef, and the passion for my job really drives me. And
So, Pedro, for me, you've hit the nail on the head. So, Thomas Franks has given you a purpose. It's given
definitely,
you a sense of passion. You've got the fire in your belly. You've got the passion in your heart to want to do more, to help more people, and to do more. Thank you for talking to us. I appreciate it.
thank you.
Bye, Pedro.
Bye bye.